trying to project the weather. No, it's we'll finish practice, make our way to Iowa at some point here today, but coming off a nice win against Minnesota. I was really happy for our locker room. We've had a couple of days of practice. We had a day off. We had to take 2 days off last week because we've got 3 games this week, and get an Iowa team that is playing exceptionally well, and doing that in the last few games without arguably the best athlete in our league in Tyler Cook. So, it starts with Bohannon. With them, they're an exceptional team in transition. They shoot the three, and then they've got between Bohannon and Garza and Cook, they're a team that is number 1 in the country in getting the foul line. So we've got to be very aware of that. They do it with early post-ups, and this is a veteran team. This is a team that I love their talent. They're all back, and they just continue to progress and mature. And Fran's done a great job, and it's a team that mixes up defenses. We'll see 5, 6 different defenses, and so we've been preparing for that. But very, very good Iowa basketball team.
How do you game plan for Tyler Cook, not knowing exactly what or how much they'll use it?
Plan for him to play. Very, very, very simple. And if he doesn't, it's not like this is their first game without him. They're very acclimated to not having him, but I would expect him in.
You mentioned they get to the free throw line a lot. So does Minnesota, but yet you limited them there. How do you replicate it?
Yeah, it's the challenge. It's new night. I thought we were the aggressors against Minnesota. We have to try to establish that mentality again. It's crazy how it works. When you're aggressive, you foul less, and when you're passive, you reach in and step late. And Iowa's very, very good at putting pressure on you, like Minnesota is in transition, and we've got to do our job early and do our work early and not let them get to their places, their spots.
And same key with rebounding as in Minnesota. You limited a good rebounding team there. It's the same deal with Iowa.
I hope we can build on that. Yeah, I hope we can build on that, and not just for the teams we know are good rebounders and have elite rebounders. It's every game. It's a big statistical fact that teams that rebound win, and we've got to continue to grow and do a good job in that area.
Do you think that was a confidence booster, doing that, having that edge on the glass against Minnesota, for those guys to see, it actually happen?
I think there's a lot of positives. I think it definitely doesn't hurt. I think the fact that Georgie had 6 offensive was extremely positive, and I think he had 6 or 8 points off those, and I think 1 foul drawn, which is encouraging. And now we've got to get those wings consistently going again, and we've got to get Kipper re-engaged on the offensive glass, and hopefully that becomes contagious. So yeah, we can really run, we can push tempo, we can do some things in attack mode offensively when we defensive rebound.
Even though fouls kept him off the floor quite a bit Wednesday nights, he had a lot of good minutes in Tevian Jones. Just talk a little bit about him now that he's coming back, what you see out of him.
Well, the best thing with Tev was he was aggressive. There wasn't any back down. You saw him bumping chests with Jordan Murphy, and obviously we know there's a little weight discrepancy. But Tev's not afraid, and there's no fear there. And he caught it and does what he did. What he does really, really well, which is run and catch and shoot threes. He made a great drive. So I'm really happy with him. He didn't get a couple rebounds, but he went really hard, and that opened it up so the guys could get it. And I've been really pleased. He had a good week of practice.
We know what Georgia could bring to the offensive side of the ball, but defensively, what does he do for this team?
Georgie is one of the best defensive post players I've coached, and I hope I don't jinx it by saying that, but he's very mature. He's got a great understanding of the game. He's a quarterback because he does talk so much, but he's fabulous in ball screen coverages. He's got great feet, as we know, and you put that combination together, and he's a guy that is, makes himself a big piece of what we do defensively, and he's the back line of it. And everybody ball screens today, and he's really good at calling out our coverages. He's really good at being in the right place at the right time, and he does a good job of making up for some guys' mistakes.
How do you feel he does when he gets switched on to smaller guards, just defending them on the perimeter?
Well, I think he's got good enough feet that he shows that he can really guard them. We try to avoid that, but Georgie's feet are really quick and short bursts, and so he's got good length and he can contest, and you're shooting over 6'9", 6'10" guy with length. And that's something that he's done very well to this point.
How much did the depth off the bench you're able to play with the other night help you maybe sustain that energy and that attack?
Well, I hope a lot, and that's again what we're trying to create is play as hard as you can play for as long as you can play, and when you get tired, there's another guy ready to go, and there's we want 100% instead of 80, and then when you're ready, let's go, and it was nice to see productive minutes from Allen, see productive minutes from Tevian, see productive minutes from Samba. Tyler gave us some minutes off the bench in the first half, and we had Trent in foul trouble, so it was and Kid, so it was really nice to see those guys come in and be productive, and for us to continue to grow. That's a big piece of it.
We've seen you guys put together, the first win in conference was obviously Wednesday, but you put together a nice stretch until then. Do you think the perception of this team and the conference has changed in the sense of kind of getting over that hump a little bit and starting to put together wins?
Well, I don't know about that. You probably have to ask everybody else that. I think that I think we've been close in so many games that everybody's may look at us and say, it's kind of a matter of time, and but it's us worrying about us and what everybody else perceives us. It's a long 20-game grind in this conference, and you have to play every night, and every night's a great environment. It'll be a wonderful environment in Iowa City, and if you don't play, you get beat, and no matter what they think of us, I think it's more important what we think about ourselves, and that win helped us.
After the 4-12 start, did you feel like there was any sort of self-doubt with yourself, just in terms of feeling you need to make a drastic change to the system or something with the team, or just kind of staying the course and you eventually?
You'll find out with me. I'm pretty patient. I know what we do works. It's worked at a very high level my whole life, and I've been around great coaches, and it's the one thing I try extremely hard to be as a coach is what we talk about being an everyday guy. I try to be that way in terms of consistency in the way I coach and what I do. Yeah, do we have to make tweaks every now and then? Sure, but never change from what the process is.
Your year at Oklahoma State, you started off 0-6 in the conference and then made the tournament. Is this kind of something that you may have seen coming with this team?
Well, I've seen continued improvement in this team every day. And it was a little bit different at Oklahoma State. That was a veteran team. We lost to, I think everybody was in the top 20 except one of those, and it was a little different there. But what I've seen here is just unbelievable improvement and unbelievable spirit from our guys, and that's exciting. And you look at Iowa's improvements. You look at the play we're getting from Tevian now that we didn't have for 8 games. You look at Allen's improvement. You look at AJ stepped up, and DeMonte's been off the chart. So it's been continued improvement and growth. And anytime you see that as a coach, I can't control the scoreboard, but boy, I sure was excited and know that we're headed in the right direction.
I imagine some of those losses create a lot of opportunities for teaching moments and improvement. In the last few days, does this win create teaching moments as well?
Yeah.
Now that they got that taste?
Yeah, I've pretty much made sure of that. I think it's one of the things that you got to be really careful sometimes with success and how you handle it. And but I've definitely tried to make sure we keep our edge, and it's the next challenge, and it's a very good Iowa team on the road. So We need to learn to play well on the road and play tough and physical and execute, and that's what we've got. We didn't get it done at Notre Dame, and we haven't got it done to this point with this team yet. So it's growth, and we got to go. We got to go earn one tomorrow.
After Northwestern, DeMonte mentioned that stretch would have maybe broken a lot of teams, specifically young teams, but not you guys. In your history, do you think that to be true, that would have really got to a lot of other teams?
When your character is not very good, yeah. That's why I keep saying I love this team, this character of this locker room, and these guys. I mean, these are high character guys. These are guys that aren't used to not winning, but they're also good human beings, good people who have a lot of pride, and they keep showing up every day. And man, I'm excited to get up every morning and wake up with a smile on my face because I get to coach them, and they're good, really good people, and we continue to fight. And you're probably right; it would have broke a lot of teams, but not this one. And this one keeps on establishing some leadership, establishing some inner confidence because they keep working, and that's all a coach can ask for.
Do you feel like the win kind of validated just the work and the painstaking process of that 4-12 start?
I don't know if validation's it. I think it's a good feeling to have a exciting locker room and to get that feeling. And I think validation comes maybe at the end of the year. And when you look back and you see how much we got better, I think it's just exciting, and you're happy as a coach for those guys to have that feeling and to want that more. And that is it's pretty exciting, to walk into that locker room and see those guys having fun and doing that, and you do feel like they got rewarded for hard work, but validation I think comes at the end.
You hit on leadership there. Iowa and Georgia, you talked about that recently. Is there a correlation between their consistency, maybe how comfortable they are being leaders on this team now?
I don't think there's any doubt. I think we're seeing the growth and the development of what is something that is pretty unique and very special. And those guys are stepping into roles that most freshmen never get the opportunity to, let alone relish the moment and relish that challenge. And we're seeing two guys blossom into not boys anymore, grown men, and having a lot of success, and that's really fun. That's fun to nurture as a coach.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Good luck.